How many of you guys can get excited about that? Whoop, whoop. Raise the roof if you're muted, and if not, you can cheer out loud. Awesome. All right. Well, the purpose of this is for us to get together to provide the tools, support, coaching, and inspiration so that your belief is a 10 out of 10 in all areas, and so that you feel unstoppable at sharing this incredible gift. Is that a good thing? Awesome. Excellent. So how many of you are really looking forward to learning some simple tips that you can incorporate into sharing the gift of Isagenix? Yes. And how many of you love to learn a little bit more about the products, knowing that you don't have to be an expert, but a few more things about the products would be helpful for you to be able to share it? Would that be a good thing? Yes? And how many of you would really love to know how to really work on your mindset so that your belief increases even more and that you attract nothing but the most incredible people into your team? Would that be a good thing? Woohoo! Awesome. Well, we've got some great information about all of those things this evening, so I'm super stoked to get going. So if you don't have a pen and paper, make sure that you grab one because you will need it. Again, my name is Tinya Gray, and I'm the facilitator of this call. I'm really excited to put all of you together, and I'm really grateful for all of you that keep stepping up to say that you want to participate and help, because I am slotting different people in each week with some key topic areas that I feel are really important for each of us to practice and work on. Again, I'm the facilitator. I'm not the boss, all right? I'm just kind of here to help pull everyone together. And I'm really open to your feedback, constructive feedback, and any thoughts or suggestions you have for making this even better. Those of you that are interested in stepping up, stepping into your leadership, stepping into your power, working on your speaking skills, working on sharing your story, let me know. This is a great format and a really safe place for us to really share, help one another. And you can feel comfortable knowing that, in this environment, it would be a really great opportunity for you to step up and do some teaching, do some speaking, do some presenting, because it's only going to help you when you're out there in the big bad world, right? Yes? Okay, awesome. Well, I have the privilege of introducing someone to you. Before I do that, I just want to speak very quickly about current promotions. So what deadline is on Tuesday, guys? Crystal Manager. All right, I was reading Scott Hearn's lips. Crystal Manager deadline. So we are super stoked about that. So tonight's call will really help you step up your game a little bit. All right, if you're feeling like you're just not quite there. Marc's going to share something with you that I think is going to help catapult you to that in a much greater fashion than it would just kind of hoping and praying it's going to happen. Okay, and we've also got free shipping till midnight tonight. So you know what? Think about some people that are on the fence right now, or people that are, you've maybe been in touch with, haven't followed up with, whatever that is. You never know. Don't count it out until the clock ticks 12:01. All right. So keep the faith and keep in touch with people. All right. I'm going to go right into introducing our first speaker here. So we have got our real results story, our testimonial and product share coming up. And this beautiful young woman is a nursing student who loves to travel. She has had an incredible transformation herself. She is building an incredible team, and some of her teammates are on this call here tonight, so I'm stoked about that. I just love that this young woman is just so plugged in. She gets to every event she possibly can. She is super busy because she's in the final stages of her nursing degree, and I am just so proud of her because she is doing this in the pockets of her life. Even when she feels exhausted, she's going to help share with you something that's helped her stay less exhausted. But I would like to introduce my dear friend, Lina Thompson. Raise the roof for Lina. Woo!
Thank you. I feel like I'm blushing now. So for you guys who don't know me, I'm Lina Thompson. I'm going to share a little bit about my story and how I got involved with Isagenix and Start Your Life. So the first thing that I want to ask you guys is, if you can think back to a time where you've looked at yourself in the mirror and you have told yourself there was something that you didn't like about your body or yourself, or there was some kind of self-loathing, how many of you guys can relate to that? Because I know that was me 3 years ago before Isagenix came into my life. Before Isagenix, I was tired, I was overweight, and I felt really uncomfortable in my own skin. I didn't like what I saw in the mirror. And I was introduced to Isagenix by my mom and started a 30-day cleanse on a mission to prove to her that the products didn't work. I was quite spiteful. And as a result of the products and the lifestyle that I've created for myself, I've used the products for 3 years and lost over 70 pounds. And I have incredible mental clarity, which is amazing for me on night shifts. And most importantly for me, I feel comfortable in my own skin. I love my body. I look at myself and I've accepted and love what I see. So now I'm on a mission to help other people have their own transformations and feel good about their own bodies. And not only that, but now pursuing my passion of helping people and being able to create a residual income doing so. So helping people locally and globally. I'm really passionate about that. So I'm going to share with you guys about my favorite product, which is Ionic Supreme. How many of you guys love Ionics? It's one of the products. When I first started Isagenix, I was like, I don't know what this is doing for me. And then it was the day that I decided not to have it, was the day that I realized what I was putting into my body, how amazing I felt with it. So for those of you who don't know what Ionic Supreme is, it has vitamins, minerals, and adaptogens in it. And adaptogens are super unique because what they do is they help your body maintain homeostasis. So when you're out of balance, the adaptogens are helping your body cope with stresses, either to lift you up or kind of calm you down. So for me, this product is a godsend when I am studying and I have anxiety before an exam. I'll chug a couple bottles of it. Maybe not bottles, but I'll make a good water bottle full. Or when I'm jet lagged, when I come home from traveling and I'm just not feeling good, or recovering from night shifts, whatever the stress is, this is super important and it's a staple in my everyday life. So if you haven't tried it, then definitely try putting it in your body and encourage it for the rest of your team.
What happened? Awesome. Thank you, Lina. Can you guys see me okay and hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. How many of you have tried both the powder and the liquid in Ionics? Yeah? What's the benefit? What do you love the most about the powder? Unmute yourselves and talk, you guys.
I love the powder. I actually meant to talk about this. The fact that the powder comes in little packets, you can take it anywhere. You can throw it in your purse, you can throw it in your suitcase, you can throw it in your backpack, whatever it is, you always have it.
Yeah, exactly. You guys have any other tricks at how you incorporate Ionics into your day?
I add the powder to the strawberry shake before I was pregnant. And it tastes really good. And I told Tara about it, and she does the same thing now. So I've got a few people hooked on it. Yep.
I do the Ionics in my chocolate shake, and it tastes like banana chocolate combo.
Oh, cool.
And I thought it was weird the first time somebody told me about it, and then I tried it, and now I do it almost every day. It's awesome.
Yummy.
That's great. Yeah, great for after workouts, and then the with the powder, nice this time of year, or when it's cooler, as a warm tea, which is nice as well. So, Lina, thank you so much. Oh, sorry, was someone saying something?
I was going to say, I make mine like a tea.
Perfect. Thanks. Okay, Lina, thank you so much for sharing, and congratulations on your incredible transformation. I never can believe it every time I look at your pictures, and I'm just so blessed to have you as part of this crew. So thank you. You guys give it up for Lina. Yay. Awesome. Okay, so I wanted to just ask Scott Huron if he would mind stepping out for a minute. I think he's here. Are you still here, Scott?
I'm here.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Could you share with us just a couple of minutes about the Welcome Home? We'd love to hear about your trip.
Yeah, it was amazing. So I was down for for those of you who aren't familiar with Welcome Home, it was the grand opening of the new corporate office in it's in Arizona. It's not technically in Phoenix, but it was, oh my gosh.
Chandler, isn't it?
So let me tell you though, so you got to picture this. You're on like a major freeway and divided highway, like cars are going, and there's like an overpass. And all of a sudden you come over this hill and there's this massive building. So we were finding like everybody that we talked to in Scottsdale, Arizona, like waiters at restaurants, were like, do you know the Santan freeway? We're like, yeah. They're like, do you know there's like a new building that they've been building like for over a year. They're like, yeah. I'm like, Isagenix. So like, yeah, what is that? Like, everybody sees this building. So the presence of like how big our corporate office is incredible. I think my main takeaways are just like how solid this foundation is. The company is just unbelievably solid. We have no idea. Like, when you think about it, you know, we partner with Make-A-Wish, right? But we have full-time Make-A-Wish staff in a Make-A-Wish section in our corporate office. That's how big it is. A full-time IsaBody department just dealing with IsaBody. It was like spare no expense in this office. They got a key to the city from the mayor, which is really cool. So it was just, you know what, if nothing else, it was like this, when Kathy says they're only getting started, we're only getting started, it's like, it's true. It's unbelievable. 30% of that building was vacant and is basically ready for room for growth. What else can I tell you? There's 580 employees in there full-time. So of our 800 around the world, 580 of them are headquartered there. And you don't even think about it. Like, the size of the parking lot, right? It's like, okay, we got to park 580 cars. Like, the parking lot is massive. So it was really, really impressive. Yeah, and we got to tour Jim and Kathy's home. It's pretty cool. Unfortunately, we couldn't take any pictures, but palatial would sum it up. First class, as you can imagine. It was really nice. And yeah, they're just really, really generous. So it was a great trip, a great opportunity to kind of see like behind the scenes what's going on. Met John Anderson, got to tour his ranch, which was like, again, it was just incredible. So the one thing I took away from John Anderson's ranch, I don't know, so let me back up. Those of you who don't know John Anderson, he's our master formulator. Guy's been formulating products for years. He's got a ranch where there's like giraffe and zebra, which he collects and owns. But it's like, not only does he have that going on, his car collection, his crystal collection, his mammoth bone collection and skull, like, just guy's a collector and all kinds of stuff, beautiful horses. It just, again, it solidifies how good John Anderson is. Like, this guy is that good as our formulator, like legendary when it comes to, you know, formulating product. Got to meet him, had a chance to chat with him briefly. I asked him, I'm like, anything I can take back to the team about new products, what's coming out? He let me smell a new bar flavor that he's got brewing. So word on the street is you can expect a couple of new shake flavors and a couple of new bar flavors very, very soon. So yeah.
That's awesome.
That's hear it here.
Yay, that's so exciting. Well, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I've always just been so fascinated when I went to headquarters, and to go to the new one would just be incredible. So congratulations on winning that trip, and thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Yeah, and like again, guys, if there's ever a promotion or a contest on that Isagenix runs, like, run for it, because they spoil you. Like, we came home with more product, and we went down with some shake and stuff, but we got a backpack. You know, they give out backpacks at celebration and kickoff, full of like Isoline Pro packets and greens. And we go somewhere, they're like, have a box of E-shots, box of coffee, a box of cleanse. Like, it was crazy. So anyway, you definitely want to win a trip. It's awesome.
That's incredible. Well, thank you, Scott, for sharing that with us. That's fantastic. Okay, I'm going to go into, you guys have your pens ready? I'm going to go fast through this. So how many of you saw the post about the game, the invitation game? And the response that one of my other teammates had written about their results in the game. Pretty crazy, huh? Yeah? Okay. So here's what I did was I took some information from, how many of you have read The 4-Year Career or heard of that book? By Richard Brooke. Okay, Richard Brooke with an E on the end. And it's called The 4-Year Career. Pam and Kevin Barnum are highlighted in his book. Okay. And so this is called the invitation game. I'm just going to do it. Some of you are in my 90-day group. I'm going to go through it again. You've maybe seen it or heard it already, but I'm just going to go through it because I think it's such a fantastic thing. It has created such a buzz and got people really excited. So how many of you, if you were in a room with 1,000 people and you were asked about your confidence and belief in the company, would have your hands up full on? Yes? No? Okay. How many of you, if some of you don't have your video on, so I'm assuming there's stuff going on at home that you don't want to have your video on, which is totally cool. I'm just going to ask that everyone's present pay attention, because I think if you incorporate this week, it's going to be pretty amazing. So how many of you, if you're in a room with 1,000 people and you were asked about your confidence in your company's products, would have like hands both up, raised up in the air, right? Totally? Okay, fantastic. So let me ask you this. You don't have to raise your hands in the air or answer, because everyone's answer is going to be different. But how many of you in the last 3 to 4 months, okay, 3 to 4 months, have opened accounts for 3 to 4 people in the last 3 to 4 months? Okay, some have, some haven't. All right. Some people may be opening an account every 3 to 4 months. Some people might be, you know, a couple times a year. Some people might be like 10 times a month. Everyone is different. How many of you have teammates that haven't enrolled anyone in like 2 or 3 months or more, right? Sometimes we have that as well. So here's what I want you to ask yourself. Basically, are we a regular enroller, or are we a bystander? Are we going to all the events, becoming seminar, you know, event junkies, going to all the events, listening to all the information, you know, coming home too chicken to apply it, or life gets in the way, or whatever happens, and we don't end up opening accounts for people? So ask yourself seriously, where are you? Okay? Because we know that the people that really succeed at doing this are enrollers club every month, basically. It's like 1 new person a week, ideally. 5 people a month, ideally. Okay? So ask yourself, we're either enrolling or we're not. Right? I'm not here to give you a lecture, but I just want us to get really dead serious about where we are, what we're doing, and what we're not doing. Can we agree to do that? Yes, because we all want to be successful, yes? And we want to lead and show our people how to be successful, right? Yes? Okay. Thank you. So with the 4-year career, you know, Scott made a really good point on the very first call that we did. And he talked about when he saw Isagenix for the first time, you know, he said to himself, I don't care if this takes me 10 years to earn $1 million in this company. I'm going to figure this out and do whatever it takes, and I'm going to do that, right? Ideally, this can be a 4-year career. 4 years, part-time, while you're doing your full-time job or your schooling or whatever it is that you're doing, can allow you to have the income, right, the residual income that covers and exceeds a full-time career income in 4 years, right? So that's the 4-year career. That's the premise on what Richard Brooke wrote about. So how many of you are committed to doing whatever it takes over the next, 1 year, 3 year, 5 years, whatever it is, to really accomplish those goals? Yes? We're all committed to figure this stuff out, right? Okay. So I like the famous quote by Yoda, because it's the only Star Wars quote I really know. There is no try, there's only do, right? And many of us will use excuses. Well, I try, I've been trying this or I've been trying that. Stop trying. Do it or don't do it. At least if you do it and you don't get the results you were thinking you were going to have, you can course correct, right? You can say failing forward. You can call it whatever you want. I don't really call it failing because I think it's education, it's experience, and it's learning. So do it or don't do it. Agree to do it or don't do it. Can we agree to that? Okay, awesome. So what is a headhunter? The term headhunter, what do those people do? Unmute yourself and tell me, what does a headhunter do? Anybody?
Looking for somebody with the right credentials to join a particular team.
Exactly. So they're looking for someone to hire the right person for an organization that maybe they've been hired to find people for, right? They're out there looking for the right person for the job. Agreed? So don't you think in essence that's what we're doing? Is we're out there looking for the right people, correct? Right? So I want you to think of it this way, okay? Imagine. Can you guys imagine? We're going to play a game now. Are you excited about it? I'm excited. This is the part where I miss being in your space because I can feel your energy. So here's the thing. I want you to imagine that we are recruiters, okay? Our job now is to invite. On your job description, it says inviter, okay? So you are going to invite people to take a look. All right. Now, some of you are already doing this. You're 3 and 3 every day, right? Some of you are following the Susan Slide, Pam Barnum method, 3 and 3, whatever, 3 new, 3 follow-ups, and 3 pouring greatness. You might be doing that already. And if you are, continue or up the ante, okay? If you have not been doing your 3, 3 and 3, or your 2 and 2 consistently, or whatever your goal is for yourself, the purpose of this is to get you doing 1 invitation a day, okay? Can you agree that if you haven't been doing consistent action every day, that doing one invitation a day is really going to change things for you with your business? Yes, and then taking it the next level beyond that, right? So here's what we're going to imagine, that we are inviting people to take a look, one person a day, and you're going to receive $500 for each invite that you give. Okay? So here's what has to happen. You're going to have a tool ready to give them. All right, so share, what are some of the tools that we can share with them? You can chat, you can put it in the chat, or you can say it. What are some of the tools that we can share with someone to invite them to take a look?
Videos.
Videos, exactly. You've got your StartYourLife.com website, which has fantastic videos, testimonials, as well as transformations and stuff. Isamovie.com, thank you, Tyke. If you guys have not watched Isamovie lately, all the movies, and written down 3 names for every movie who would resonate with it, then do that. Okay, that's a great place to start. The marketing materials, exactly. So we've got isaproduct.com, we've got the Isamovies. You know, I think that success stories, they've got a lot of great success stories, which are really valuable and helpful.
Facebook pages.
What's that, hun?
The Facebook page that invites people to look at that, the healthy body, healthy mind, healthy body. Like that's one example,
product pages.
Right?
There are
and
product
add
pages.
A movie. Yeah.
Yeah, product pages that people can be added to, and events. All right, there's some Live Out Loud online Zoom events that are happening now. There are events that happen, you know, in different cities that we've got going on. There's all kinds of different things happening. You can create an event, have a launch party, you know, coffee with 3 people could be an event. So have some sort of a tool or invitation of some sort that you can give them, okay? So you have to have a conversation to ask them to take a look. Understood? Yes? Okay. So you get $500 for every person that you ask. So it's 1 person a day, 7 days a week, and you can't miss, or it's never available to you again. If you miss, you're out. Okay? Got it? So 1 person a day, $500 a day, all right? $500 for 1 invitation times 30 days is how much money?
$15,000.
$15,000 for a month. So do we know a lot of people in this business that are earning $15,000 or more in a month? Is it ridiculous to think that that is possible? No, exactly. So think about that. 1 person a day, $500 for the invitation, 7 days a week. If you miss, you're out. The game's over. So if you know that you're busy one day and you're not going to be able to talk to whatever, you don't think you're going to get an invitation out, you know it's going to be a crazy day, then do 2 on the Saturday if you're busy on Sunday. But get your 7 in a week. Can we all agree to do this?
Yeah.
At a minimum, all right? And share it with your people. Make it fun, okay? So let me ask you, number 1, would you do this?
Here she comes.
Yep.
How many agree? Yes, you would do this. Now, can you do this? Could you? Do you have the ability?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Everyone agree you have the ability to do this? Okay. Now, I'd like you to close your eyes for a second. And remember, I can see you. I want you to close your eyes for a second, and I want you to think about, who are you going to talk to? All right, visualize who you're going to talk to, and I want you to think about how you feel when you think about talking to the people that you're going to talk to invite them to take a look. That's all you're doing. Just think about how you're feeling. I want you to think about what comes up for you. Okay, open up your eyes. So how many of you felt excited, like kind of warm and fuzzy? You can't wait to get sharing with some of these people that you thought of, right? Did you feel peace, calm, confidence, and excited about it? Yes? Okay, if you didn't, then chances are you may have some work to do on your belief, right? Remember, we talked about the belief system. Scott and Christy shared that the first call, talking about the belief in all areas. So if you didn't, okay, but take note on that. What's coming up for you that you're not feeling excited about being able to talk to people to invite them to take a look, okay? If you felt that was a positive experience, then you just experienced being a master network marketer, okay? Because master network marketers are excited to share with people. They're not thinking, who can I get? They're excited to share with people, right? All right. So what is a good way to get past an uncomfortable feeling for some of you that felt that it was a little bit uncomfortable? Talk to people, right? Invite people. Because if you get out there and you start inviting people, you know, if the one a day seems like a challenge, then work on more. Just practice your skills just like you would anything else. Okay, keep practicing. So I want you to ask yourself, who did you talk to? When I asked you who would you talk to, who did you talk to? Now, is there anyone who said, I would talk to everyone? Did that come up for anyone, that I would talk to everyone? Okay, so that's an interesting thing, is some people, yeah, some people said yes. So here's the thing, is when Richard Brooke, you know, was sharing this, he said, would you talk to everyone or would you talk to anyone? Because there's a difference between everyone and anyone, right? Not everyone, would you agree, is going to be a fit, correct? So you may decide, I'm going to talk to everyone. I'm going to go and I'm going to invite everyone. You know, and you go up to someone and they're being a negative Nelly and they're not being really super nice and they're not super open. You know, are you going to invite them to take a look? That may not be the right time for them or the right person at that moment, right? But anyone is a possibility. Do you agree? You have the ability to talk to anyone. So if you only have to talk to one person a day, and I know probably half of you on this call are going to do more than that because you already are, then you can be at peace all day because you're only doing one invitation. But you're doing 7 a week. That's 28 people that you're inviting to take a look at something in a month, which is pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
That's easier to go. All right. So the thing to think about is you're not out to get someone. You're just inviting. Okay? So here's the thing. What are you going to say to them? Do you have some ideas in your mind as to what you can say to them? And some people say, if you have the TV on in your background, can you just mute your line for me there? That would be awesome. So have you heard the saying before, you can't say the right thing to the wrong person or the wrong thing to the right person? Have you heard that before? Me too. And I've heard that like 3 other companies I was with before. And here is a little bit of a game changer on that saying, all right? Because I don't necessarily agree with that saying. If it's the wrong time, it's hard to say the wrong to the right person at the right time. So if it's the right time for them, there really isn't too much you can say that's, you know, really going to have them not want to take a look. You know how some people just get it and you don't even have to tell them where to look for information because they do it, right? And then there's some people that get the box and it sits in their cupboard for a month and they don't even open it, right? So it is hard to say the wrong thing to the right person at the right time. So if it's the wrong time, it isn't that they don't want it, you guys, okay? It's just that sometimes people can't hear you because depending on what's going on in their life, if they're in total overwhelm, it may not be a right time for them. And how many of you have had people come back to you 2 months later, 6 months later, 1 year later, 2 years later, when it is the right time? And they're like, you know what, I can't take it anymore. 3 years later, Scott, can't take it anymore. I've been watching you. You know what, I'm ready now. And are we happy that they're ready? Exactly, right? So you get to speak to them, you know, and they'll come back to you when the time is right because we're planting seeds. We'll keep inviting. We're not bugging them, right? Because we just keep pouring, you know, love into them and keep letting them know that we're here when they're ready. And regardless, what if someone says no when you've invited them to take a look and they say no? Well, in this game, it doesn't matter because you're still going to get paid $500 anyways because you invited them. So if they say no, ask someone else, right? Because again, it just may not be the time for them and it may never be the time for them, and that's okay. Let me ask you something. Do you guys remember exactly what your sponsor said to you that you said, oh yeah, I'm all over this. Yes, let's go. Do you remember exactly what they said to you?
Can I add something to that?
Yeah.
There's something that really resonated with me that Ben Kelly said at Celebration. And he said, what you have is the keys to a Ferrari. And you're offering people if they want to drive it. And if they don't, then that's their choice. And it's nothing against you because you still have the Ferrari. So if you think about that in the same way, you still have the golden key and you know that how special this gift is. So that really resonated with me.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Actually, Lina, I heard something very similar this past week. The same analogy of like Isagenix is basically giving us a farm. So they're giving us the land. And it's beyond, you can't see the end of it. There's so much land and the soil is fertile. Like it's beautiful and pristine. They've also given us the seeds, but we need to plant them and care for them. And it's like, that's what we have. But that's our job, right? Yeah, it's the same kind of analogy. It's great.
Yeah, completely. Thank you, guys. It's so true. So true. Awesome. Okay, so just to wrap that up, I hope that has got you stoked to give you something just a little bit different to do. Okay, just to kind of raise things up a little bit, help you get motivated to stay in consistent action, because that's the key, is a consistent action. Just remember, we all have had people speak to us on a couple occasions, numerous occasions, whatever. Chances are it wasn't the very first conversation someone had with you that you said yes. And if you were one of those people, woohoo, we'd love to have more people like you in our teams get started. But just remember, you will say whatever you need to say. So play with some invites and some ways of saying things. So if it's like, look, I don't know if you would be interested in this, but this is something that really worked for me. Are you open to taking a look at some information? And if they say yes, awesome. When would you get a chance to look at it? And then set up a follow-up time. All right. This is Eric Worre GoPro stuff, so I won't go into all of this right now, but start to feel your way around what feels comfortable for you. Right. I like to leave it open and say, look, I don't know if this would be of interest to you, but if you're willing to take a look, I'm going to send you some information. Right. And then it's not like, oh my God, you'd be amazing at this, or, oh my gosh, you would totally love this. Because some people are like, whoa, back up the boat there a little bit. All right. So play with if you invite, see how they feel for you. Be real, be honest. Don't be evasive. Just say what it is. Don't be weird. All right. It's when we're weird that people get kind of freaked out about it. It's 10% the skills and 90% is for you to see and feel yourself doing this. All right. The pressure is off because you guys are doing this anyways. Right? Awesome. Okay. Thanks for letting me share that with you. As I said, I've had some people in my 90-day group really rock that thing out of the park. I've had some great success with it myself this week. So I now have the honor of introducing someone to you who's going to go through some inspiration and personal development piece with us. He's a dadpreneur. He's a husband to the beautiful Vanessa. They have their beautiful daughter, Sophia. He sees the vision of what Isagenix is all about, and he's going to share that story with you. And him and his wife are both very committed, and they're doing this in the pockets of their lives, and they're very much, focused on taking this all the way and changing a lot of lives along the process. So I would love to introduce to you my friend, Marc Dougan.
Thanks, Tinya. So I'll share my story. So before Isagenix, I was feeling sluggish, mentally foggy, and had the skinny fat. I was introduced to the products about 2 years ago, actually, by Brianne. And I immediately felt I had a ton more mental clarity, ton more energy, and I actually lost about 20 pounds in the first 3 months. And I honestly didn't think I had that much to lose. But I was happy I did. And so after my daughter was born, at the end of June of this past year, I realized she was my strong why. And that why is to be physically and financially free so that I can be there to watch her grow, to be able to provide anything that she wants and be there for everything that she does, rather than be stuck at work for 40 plus hours a week. So we really started doing the business in the fall. And at the beginning of December, I actually quit my job because I was missing way too much of her growing up. I would leave in the morning before she woke up, and I would get home after she went to bed. So really, I had the weekends to see her. And I couldn't go through that anymore. And I can't imagine anyone else wants to go through that either. Now, we weren't really in a position financially to do that yet, and I wouldn't recommend it. But I knew we saw the vision of Isagenix, and although it's been tough, we know that this is what's going to change people's lives and what's going to change our lives. So as for the tools and the inspiration, I love all the tools that are provided by Isagenix and all the different books. Scott, I love when you keep posting the different books that you're reading. I have a huge list to get through now. But for me, my biggest inspiration was the affirmation that Susan Sly had at NYKO. She made us repeat it over and over for about 4 minutes. The affirmation is, I am a champion. I am a winner. I can be, do, and have anything I dream. This is done. Nothing will stop me. Game on. And as soon as I got home, I wrote that on a big chalkboard that's in between our kitchen and living room that I see all day. And I also actually posted it on the other side of our glass in the shower so that every morning I see it, I repeat it a few times every morning, and it just makes me feel like I could take on the world. Gives me that pump, that motivation first thing in the morning, and it really helps.
Yeah.
And that's my story.
Awesome. Thank you, Mark. Thank you for that. Everyone give him a raise the roof, clap, whatever you do.
Love it. Love it.
That was so fantastic. So I think that, whoops, hold on one second here. I just want to get us all. And so, hey, Vanessa. So thank you, Mark. That was really, really powerful. So Mark, maybe what we can get you to do is, if you don't mind, can you type that out and put it in the event? The Start Rebels event. You're muted now, but if you can, could you do that? That'd be awesome, because then we can all get that written down. And, you know, affirmations are so powerful. How many of you guys use affirmations or like a mantra or something like that on a regular basis? Okay. Very, very key. And I've spoken to so many teammates about this week who have just been stuck in a place and focused on the negative instead of focused on the positive. And if you know what, every time you're having a moment where you're feeling like it's wall kicking or someone's not getting it or someone's not, you know, whatever, then you can just say, stop, I am a champion, I am a winner, you know, and the rest of it, game on, game frickin' on, right? Keep going, because there's people out there waiting for you to talk to them. Awesome. Okay, I wanted to get a group shot. So those of you that are, I don't know, if you've got your videos hidden, if you could maybe come out of the hiding and show us your faces, we'd love to get a group shot. And then we can wrap it up. And I can appreciate all of you for coming out. Excellent. Thanks for popping on. Okay, videos, come on. Come on, come on. Morgan, can you show us your face? Lynn, can you show us your face? All right. There we go. Thanks, guys. Awesome. Scott's got the easy button. I always forget how to do a screenshot on the computer. What do you push again? Someone help me. Computer.
What do you have? Do you have a Mac?
Yeah.
Command-Shift-4.
Yeah, Command-Shift-4, and then
There you go.
Sure.
I don't have to do anything else. Just click that.
And then drag it.
Oh, I have to drag it? I'm not doing that. I'm taking a picture.
Okay, here, I'll do it. Ready?
Okay, everybody ready?
Ready?
Okay, let's do something. Start your life. Whoop, whoop.
3, 2, 1. Nice.
Awesome. Okay, listen, so in closing, I just want to give a big thank you to Lina and to Marc for sharing their stories and giving us those great tips. Thank you, Lina, and to Marc. I would also like to thank Scott for stepping out, sharing with us about the Welcome Home Challenge. And pay attention. Remember, it is Crystal Manager deadline. You guys can totally rock that and make things happen. You never know who's waiting to hear from you, so don't hold back. And don't hold back in stepping in and helping your teammates, because they just may think they can't do it, but you can help them do it. Also, get the game going, all right? If you guys want to put some posts in the event about how the game is going, how much money you're making every day, that would be awesome, and how many invites you're doing. Those of you interested in assisting, some of you have stepped up, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm doing the schedule for the next little while, so I would love to have you put in place so that you can start to prep what it is you're going to share. So private message me on Facebook. And otherwise, I am so grateful that you all showed up tonight. This is definitely something that is growing. Again, we had 30 people in here tonight, which is fantastic. That's pretty much what we had the first night. And I just think that we can totally blow, you know, the 100 people we can have on here. So have an amazing, amazing week. Congratulations for all you're doing, and look forward to seeing you guys very soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, now it wants to do a screenshot.
Yeah, it's great.
Bye.
Thanks, Tinya.
You're welcome.
Bye.
See you
Thank
guys.
you.
Awesome.